And he turned it around in the next matchup that they had. Kerrigan starts it against Tizian with a deagle.
His presence, but look at him hunting for Tabson at this stage. Very important kill. If they're going to stand a chance, they have to find it, which they will. Retake has to begin right now, but Frozen, such a great position. He's done so much damage here. Headshots have plenty. They have no idea. They're not even looking at him, Matt.
That's very impressive. Tabson tapping. Mousesports with the route. No way he gets back into it at this point. He might want to just save the armor. He'll back away. Kills with the USP. That'll do too. He'll get ROPZ. Voxic gets him.
Indeed, make their way towards B.
It'll be Chris J that leads the way in first on the MAC-10, but next on the Deagle slipped out. Ooh, snuck out as he was jumping in. Tabson followed that up with a Deagle of his own. He's gone down. So too is Goppy. So too is ROPZ, though. Could not get the distance at Tizian waiting with the Deagle. Yes, sir. Finds Frozen. He was low HP. Thought he bottom and made it. Would have been on about the threshold, I think. Lagia hears or senses the jump. Gobby actually got the shot from Catwalk. That's where the information came from. But now the information is to respond by taking the A site by force. The front, the cave.
Tabson's got the AWP. They're still in this round, the CTs, but the bomb's being planted now. Starting to struggle. Frozen. Very good shot from him. That's towards the connector. Removes the AWP. And Goppy, sure, he's got 2 frags this round, but that's probably all he's going to find. 10 HP. His teammates fall. Mousesports have won the round. Or Molotov towards Shadow. Maybe Sandwich as well. Flash over and just use the buddy system. As Tabson trades out a frag on Kerrigan. It's up to Tizian now to find the next, but he's taken down.
He didn't even fire a shot back. Instead, spin plant to make sure no one from CT can fire. There's the Deagle from Tabson. Is he aware? There's a second on the side. He is now. Spots Frozen. ROPZ is still waiting in Sandwich. Flash will just be an annoyance at this point. There is no kit. Next has armor, but he's dead. So that didn't do him any good, did it?
Certainly not. Tabson, 2 kills to his name. No armor, of course. He might be able to get another one here. There's a low HP ROPZ.
I like how he let him walk out. Yeah, keep coming.
Yeah. Just trying to make this as expensive as possible. He's done a good job so far. Frozen, hungry for the frag. He'll get it. Burning, though. Oh, it must have been blind. He'll help himself to a kill next, that is, but it's traded out very quickly.
Tizian doesn't want to move. He's going to force, or rather be forced to do so now with the Molotov going through. That still would have gone and spewed. Did it not? He fully was caught by the smoke. So they have the position still and the flash back in. Tizian's able to use it. He'll catch Kerrigan trying to retreat to Firebox.
Still alive. Lagia's got a duel. Frozen. He's actually managed to do it. 4 versus 2 now, but still a lot of work to do. ROPZ defending the bomb. Gets the first headshot. 3 versus 1 for Chris J. Diffuse coming in with no kits in, man. Chris J, he actually had a say in this one. The diffuse will come in. Lagia just hoping he can survive here. I feel like Chris could have done something about that.
A couple of times in this event. Yesterday, notably, when they lost their second map, and second map of the 3. They won 2-1, obviously, in the series. And it was the opener as well. He was not very far up the leaderboard. So Kerrigan finds Tizian. That'll start it off on an entry to A. Smoke's already down. Taps it again as a gap. They've got to fix. Okay, that's the boost. That one tends to happen a little more. It looked like he was still on the ground when we first snapped to him. So that's going to happen. And it's going to work. Chris will get taken down. You can throw that smoke slightly deeper on top of the stairs, but a lot of players don't identify that one quite so easily.
Well, another 3 versus 3 here. Tabson finding all the kills on the CT side. It's ROPZ on the apartments, and actually inside the palace itself, there'll be another player there as well. This is looking very good for Mousesports. CTs need to be careful as ROPZ starts to dismantle them. That's a great shot, even better from next now as Kerrigan. He's dropped, and now it's up to Voxic. Got to stay alive at this stage. All he has to do, that's going to be round victory because you don't need to peek now. You know he's off the bomb, and Tabson goes down. Great stuff from Voxic. That's more like it from him. Yeah, that's the kind of plays we want to see.
Activity this game so far. No. 1 round, I think, went over there. Kerrigan takes down Tizian. They're not checking it. There's a smoke. Did you see him? Yeah, he did. He did. Oh, it doesn't matter if you saw him because Lagia's got the shot on Voxic as well. And there's an AK picked up. Good response from ROPZ.
And all 3 kills out of nowhere.
The fact that they were actually able to get Kerrigan, who ran out desperately to take him down, he did spot his shoulder, made it a little interesting. But now 7-1.
Does ROPZ make his way up and try and force a rotation? It looks like he's quite static as they make their way in, so he'll be the one catching them in the back. But it might not be there because there's a couple of kills coming in for Big. Make it 3. Next looking very strong here in the B bomb site. Tabson should be able to get this kill, no problem. There it is, and that's a good point.
And to the point that I will agree, yes, okay, you should be beating a team with a stand-in at this level. It was their very first game online, and it was a best of 1. And in that best of 1, they made it close despite the very poor start, which showed that they were just adjusting and fitting in, and now they look like they're rolling.
Yep, I totally agree. And we've got next final player. This is looking like a very one-sided affair. Got his number. And he's running out of time. There it is. Final kill coming in. Nice idea from mousesports.
Teams. And two, the consistency of boxing for me is going to be something we scrutinize. Has to be something we scrutinize for them. Considering he's replacing Oscar, in effect. And Oscar was so damn good last year. ROPZ is another player who could find new heights again for a third straight season, third straight year. He gets the entry to start it off on the A site. Tizian's still waiting down by the smoke on A main, realizes he's got to back off because they're working out Palace. They've already got connector, and they're in front of him still. Where can he possibly go?
It's so rough for him. He didn't do anything wrong. He's just been absolutely wrecked. His teammates are dropped, and he's got 4 different angles to watch. 4 versus 2, another save here for Big, and this has been a very fast first half. As they go back to rifles here, money starting to run thin, even with the maximum loss bonus. Carrigan, some fancy footwork out of the apartments there, and it looks like this is a good round for Big, actually. They've done damage to Chris J, they've got a good setup here, and it's a 5 versus 3. Surely this one goes in favor of the Germans.
Rosen's waiting to wrap around. ROPZ already has. He's got in the front side of the window, like, yeah, with nowhere to hide. Go right. You're out in front of ROPZ where he passed away anyway, and if you go left, you go to the bench where Frozen already was. Voxic's waiting for the flank. Tizian's down. They've gotten 2 kills in this, and that almost seems surprising. Good read from Frozen.
And the Save Dogs will do what they can. It's Carrigan. Will go once again. This time finding the first kill. They know where Tizian is as he desperately scrambles back towards Shadow, but he's going down.
Chris with the Krieg. That smoke, I need to watch who's throwing it.
You're right. There's too many gaps there, isn't there? It's just like you might not realize it, but you forgot the lineup by 1 pixel, you know, like or 1 marking on the wall. It can make all the difference.
Well, it's clearly showing.
But
they recognize that at least if there's a second smoke down. Does mean, okay, you got to have the second smoke, or it's a waste of one you would have used in the post plant. Justified. But the point is, at least they have noticed that they're missing it. So
that's true.
Sometimes teams keep throwing it over and over again because they never actually recognize it.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can fix it fast enough. ROPZ.
The Palace area, flash does go in, and they're going to try and spread out frags. They're doing much better than that, Matt. A couple of kills coming forward, and Carrigan has looked sharp with his aim today. I have to say, it's Tabson looking to save the day at the steps position. Looks like he's good for 1 frag at least. Oh, but he's completely flashed. He's done damage. Good for 1.5 kills. Also shotgun at that range. It's ambitious. I love it. And it will be a 3 versus 1 now. God be on the orb.
30. Well, it's ROPZ to close it out 13-2, and what a half it was from mousesports.
Looks are being deployed towards the window, and Chris J detects movement towards the underpass. Gets a bit more than he bargained for, though. Bullet straight to the head.
That's a sick Molotov, bro.
Where did he go?
It's above Tabson right now.
Wow.
Wow. Bewilderment. Kerrigan. Bemused. He's got to back off 2 HP. Frozen's got less than that. Tizian's going to overwhelm them. They've got the B site. Rotation's in effect, but man, oh man, with Kerrigan so low, he does well to find 1. ROPZ to find 4. He's got 2. Is he aware that there's a second on the flank, though? I'm not sure. Get through that doorway, and he might not have to worry about it just yet. As he backs up, it becomes apparent, but it doesn't even matter. It's Lagia down. He's got 3 from 4, and he's looking for Gobby at range. He ended the first half with 19. ROPZ finds 23 to start the second.
And a massive pistol victory for mousesports, 14-2. Chris J looking for another frag top of middle, MP7 in hand.
1 on 4, and Kerrigan managed to get the other with 2 HP to help him out. That's pretty ridiculous. Tabson, though, he's pulling it back. He's got 2 already, and next he's going to take down Frozen. That push with the weapons has not yielded much at all. Big. They're an advantage. Well, okay, they aren't now. They were in the situation.
He couldn't even finish this end.
No, because Gobby died next as 1 HP, so what do you want me to say, man?
He's now the coach. We're missing Xantares, you might know from Space Soldiers. He's their star player, couldn't make it. So their map picks, you're going to think they're going to have a better chance on, and this should be it.
What is this mid-push?
I don't know.
2 rounds in a row, they've given Tabson the 2 opening kills. What do you reckon? So far, it's just a very passive stance.
Touchdown.
On A site. That's the best way. ROPZ with an aid.
So 18 rounds played. I think he's got 25 5 frags now. This is 2. It looks like Carrigan's good for another more. Make it all 3. 16-2. You can see what it means to these young men. That's going to be Frozen celebrating. He's 17 years of age, first big tournament. Push down and get those headshots. ROPZ's USP has looked like one of the best of this tournament.
Yeah, I think so. That was a spectacular round to start off the second half of the last map. Frozen is not so much. He's got to get away from the flames or he will melt. They throw it at the boiler stairs. He backs out to the quad, and he might be able to catch them crossing over to the site. Good position with the pillar. They won't quite be able to see him from the hole in the wall, but when they get out, they do spot him. Chris has the only kill against Big so far. Again, we'll say it, this was the map they beat mousesports on to open up the entire event. It's the first match we casted on the main stream, if I'm not mistaken. It was certainly on day one. Gobby takes down Chris J. Foxic, now his turn to try and pull a ROPZ. Oh dear. He's got the first one already. Next is down inside of the pit. Low HP for Lagia. Tizian, about halfway down. He's on 63 HP, and he's to the left in the graveyard. Good position to be in because they can bait off of that, and that's exactly what they do.
Mac tends to go with him. Voxic looking for the challenge, and T steps. He's going to nail the first shot. Lagia's got no idea. The player's there. Carrigan, he was worth maybe 2 kills at that position. They weren't going to check it at all.
An asset for Chris is certainly that scout. And they're in the pit. So is Voxic. Tag from ROPZ, kill from the scout. As a result, they go back over to Banana now, however. And they actually don't even have to contend with Chris. He rotated off early.
Ooh.
He expected that they were going on A once they were found as deep as the pit, but he got the bomb down. 21 seconds, and Frozen has Tapson. This looks done. Next, oh, it is. He's over toward A still. This is incredible from mousesports to pull it back, and Chris just barely got there in the nick of time.
Well, Next will not be winning this round. There's no time left to get towards the other bomb site. And it feels like mousesports got way too many opportunities at duels there, Matt. They felt that there was lots of opportunities to get those.
Incredible amount of damage that was deployed against Big. Lagia, Molotov to the pit will be the first action of contact with 24 seconds on the A site. Voxic's already got him, just waiting. He's got Tapson as well. Shooting gallery for him, really, with the HP as it is. Carrigan and ROPZ will get involved.
Job. Voxic surely goes down here. Didn't expect the fast play. Carrigan hasn't really got the firepower to hold them off. He should be dropped through the smoke. Doesn't take as much damage as I thought. Follows it up with a decent grenade. And ROPZ, this is a lovely reaction, Matt. He's got the information, 3 push middle, trying to answer back. And unfortunately for him, he's found Tapson, one of the strongest units within the big lineup. And Tizian will finish him off as well. Does a little bit of damage, but overall, this is looking fantastic now for Big. They've got a 5 versus 3, but they've given those up before. Frozen and Chris J to make something of this.
Apt.
You know what, Big? For all they are like great, the incendiary that landed at his feet just took a tick of damage and falls back. CTs now will be deploying their nades. Oh my goodness, he might get a double kill here with the Molotov. Tizian goes down to 26. That's so good.
But he has been spotted. Now, it was Next that went down. First, Tizian actually slid out to find Chris J. Frozen elects not to play the gap in the smoke, instead in front of it, and that pays off, because as they push through, Tizian falls. Tapson's next, spots the flash and is ready for it. Looking away as his teammate in rotation, Voxic, was the one to throw it. Got another, and the bomb's inside of the smoke.
As Voxic heads towards B with Frozen. Got to be trying to beat the utility, but he does that. But oh my goodness, that is what we've been looking for from Voxic on Inferno. What shape it was, you do not have to stay anymore. We're going the 4-on-3, Lagia. With a wild spray there, no damage done, but he certainly receives some. The nade will follow it up. And Tapson, well, this is looking good now. He's got an opportunity, but Carrigan's got a really nice position. You wouldn't necessarily anticipate this, and he spotted the feet there of Tapson. That M4 silence now with 25 bullets. That's exactly what he needs. That's in Pro League, and it seemed like it's all coming together, and it's just such a step back. It's gutting for them. But ROPZ continues that assault down towards middle, but you can see that, yeah, it's better, but it's not like they had to work too hard for this kill.
All right.
Yeah.
Henry.
Hey, man, I'm here to analyze. That's what I do. Me feel bad, so what
yeah.
does that mean?
Well, you should.
Why?
I don't know, just because. Frozen's got Gobby. He has been absolutely menacing. Keep him on the money. He's 5 digits on the mousesports side. Frozen, just to note, has only died twice. He doesn't look like he wants to die this round either. Maybe it's not better, Henry. Maybe you were right. They didn't have to work for them, and now that the work has arrived, they're just calling in sick. Which is probably what Trace does.
In the pit, Next is there. Bomb is down, but Tapson has to go in the 1 versus 1 now. Up against Chris J, taking a little bit of damage from the flames. Chris is actually behind him. It should be a... Oh, I thought he'd get off the plant, but he's going for it.
He's got an op, though. Does he? Okay, yep. No problem. He wants to sneak out. There's no one moto. There is one library. Library is preoccupied watching Arch. In support of that is Chris J. So when the action gets aggressive over at the apartments, he could easily pop out and support Kerrigan, which he's now going to have to do because ROPZ is gone. Chris will take the initiative to sneak in behind. He finds one immediately and backs off the angle because Tabson was still there in the AWP. No need to readdress that and get taken down to allow any backtracking. Any words toward B would be a problem. Foxix just very patient, I think, at this point with the AWP of his own.
Well, it might actually save the day here. That incendiary is really good. It's going to funnel them towards the sights, but next will take him down. It's up to Kerrigan now to find a couple of kills. He's going to need them. Chris J pushes the smoke, needs this, and the bomb goes down. He's running out of time, though. Picks up the AWP. Had to be the no-scope, and Frozen left in a winnable 2 versus 1. Look at that HP. Smoke goes down as well. Taps in towards the pit. He has got the AWP. If that HE makes it in, he's going down. Flash over. It's a decent one. Somehow it didn't get the kill, but the HE will definitely kill him. That's going to be a kill. And now it's up to God B against Frozen, who has looked electrifying today. But God B, that's a really nice pick there.
Last buy for mousesports, by the way. Money has finally reached that point. May not be if they win, though, because Kerrigan finds 2 at the wall. Flash around the corner, perhaps. ROPZ, he's inside of the stairwell, so that's a fine position to be in.
He's going to get all 3 here. Well, Frozen will be there first. It's such a prime position. He gets none.
That's who you meant, Frozen.
Yeah, exactly.
Flash popped. Pretty obvious one, frankly, off the wall. But next, having already gotten Kerrigan and ROPZ being pushed off the balcony, they start to create a bit of a gap in the defense. Can they exploit it, though? Because, again, it's Frozen who's just been a rock. That waits towards CT. That'll limit the access of wrapping back toward B. He's now 14-4, by the way, Frozen. Kerrigan leads the frags at 15. Tapson's already frontside library. Push back out with a flash. They didn't see that coming, Frozen, and he spotted him. He got back out the tree. Tapson wasn't ready for the repeat. That was well sorted.
Yeah, he's looked very good today. Big fan of his play. 3 players remaining. Gobby not going down without a fight. Lagia and his Deagle have managed to get out of the apartments here, but it hasn't done much for them. All 3 players on this side. ROPZ waits patiently in the pit. First kill is his. Chris J looking to finish things off in style, and Gob's got no chance here. It's going to be 11-4. Bet gets stuck in.
Well, let's see if they can. Frozen first, and there is a...
Yeah, it's no spawn smoke.
Well, there's a water smoke. Let's see if they can use that to get up over top of the wall. It seemingly doesn't even matter. Foxix finds 2. Tizian's the only one to get a kill in response, and he's gone. He's removed inside of the site. It's on Tabson, and next to rotate. Bomb gets planted, and yes, miss smokes just like there was on Mirage, and it doesn't seem to cost them.
It actually helped them. They got a 3rd kill from it. That's kind of wild. I've never seen that. That's one of the easiest smokes in CSGO. Never seen it land there before. But I love it still. It worked out. And they're bringing this back, though. It's up to ROPZ with the backstab, and it's quite an efficient one. ROPZ and Frozen, that attack team, closing things out.
All right, look, I did my fact check.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
You're never wrong, Hank.
Sometimes.
Flashback out. Deagle can't find the kill. Kerrigan gets by as a result. Smoke down front of Orange's 1 for Lagia. It's clever. It forces them to the left, and in doing so, he actually catches Kerrigan out. Now they've got problems because he's got the UMP, but he runs out of ammo on it. I was gonna say the UMP, the aggro, and Tizian also entering with the Deagle from CT. That all could have led to disaster. Hasn't yet. Low HP for Chris. He's on 1. Bombs over at Orange's 2. Foxix just slaughtered next.
Yeah, that's a clothesline. He's done it again.
Wow. Foxix just got Gobby through the smoke. And let this round be done. 13-4, mousesports. It seems a repeat of the last map. Frozen's already top mid. And Tizian is already taking damage. He's on 16. Is that going to be the end of him? No, he actually holds his nerve and takes down Kerrigan first. Foxix will get him back. So good trade.
But no backup here. It's going to be checked, and down he goes. If you're going to play that spot, Matt, you need someone at the barrels. Otherwise, you're just too vulnerable, especially if you're anchoring. So that's going to be him going down. Next can save this, though. Oh, my goodness, maybe not. Drive-by from Frozen, and it's going to be a 4 versus 2. Tabson will bring one back at least. But the smoke down locks him out of the equation for quite some time. His teammate Gobby's in CT spawn. They've got one flash between them, an HE. That's about it. Molotov's going to be deployed momentarily. They've got another one to go as well. So there's a flash. tabseN can't really do anything yet because of that Molotov in front of him.
tabseN just tapping over toward the coffins. Gobby's already got Voxic down.
No kits, by the way.
Yep. But they have a 2-on-2. It's a better situation than it was a moment ago. tabseN to follow it up. It's only just Frozen left, but he's got the spray. This guy does not die. Next with the shotgun. Trying to do it again. Gets through the smoke. Gets one. Gets away. And there's another on the other side. He could be an element of surprise in this round, but ROPZ is up to it and finds Gobby. Frozen takes down next, and it's Voxic onto Legia. Leave it to Tizian to find a solution. I don't think there will be one. I think it's going to be a 16-4 game.
Yeah.
And a 2-0 series.
I think that might be it. Yep. Collect the chickens at this point. There's two of them. Matt, you're a chicken fan. Want to tell the people about the chicken stats and your kind of experiences with them?
Yeah. I once had...
Here we go. This is a great
14 chickens. Now, this is a new record. 14 chickens following me on Biome just a few weeks ago.
Okay, so that's what you do in your spare time?
Yeah, there's a lot of chickens on Biome, and they spawn very quickly. So you can leave the room, come back in, grab more chickens, leave again, come back in. And eventually you just have a train of chickens. It's great.
That's fantastic.